Daniel said, "Hey Craig, not sure if it's just me, but I'm not as worried about City in the future. Their old guard is washed and most replacements aren't as good. I just want to know what's happening with their case. Now, hopefully we find out next month what's happening with that 115 or 129 charges. But while we're talking about City, I might as well bring this up now. Read this earlier on from Transfer Sector. They said, breaking, Manchester City have been accused of an Enron-style financial scandal. La Liga chief executive Javier Tebas says he reported the Premier League giants to the European Commission and claims they are investigating the case. Tebas has alleged that Manchester City have spread their losses across and hidden them in a series of related marketing and scouting companies to manipulate their financial fair play figures. Again, all very heavy going stuff, but City, of course, are saying that Javier Tebas has had it in for them for ages, which he has, to be fair, but doesn't mean that there's no merit to it. So, you know, whatever happens with the case between the Premier League and Manchester City, there's more headaches coming. And as I mentioned here, a case now in front of the European Commission from La Liga president around Manchester City and what he believes are Enron-style financial dealings. Now, if you don't know what Enron is, just have a little research of it. It's too difficult for an idiot like me to explain quickly, but it's one of the most famous, if not the most famous, financial scandals in the world, other than maybe Bernie Madoff. If City get relegated, Marmoush and Gvardiol on a free, it's very interesting to think about the potential punishments for City, because the Premier League has made a rod for its own back with the punishments that they've put in place for other clubs for single charges. You could be looking at multiple point deductions over multiple seasons with Manchester City at this point. And my big fear about all of this has been what I've said from day one, that they drag it out long enough that people's memories go, and they start to think of Manchester City as this established superpower in football. But that's been the plan all along. Delay, and then, you know, some of it becomes time barred from UEFA, as we've seen before. But that isn't the case with the Premier League, nor can Manchester City appeal the ruling to the Court of Arbitration for Sport. I just feel football is at a turning point now where the game has to start looking after itself. And City, again, being very careful about what I say, they seem to be just wanting to disrupt the Premier League rather than enhance the Premier League. So, honestly, I hope the book gets thrown at them at every turn. And I hope Guardiola gets shown up for the nonsense that he's come out with. You know, the arrogance of the way that they've gone about all of this and the way that they've looked down the camera and accused everybody else of just wanting to hound and harass them. I need to see somebody held to account in this. I just need to. Because in the world right now, there's just so much shit that people are getting away with. And it feels like, does good and bad even matter anymore? Is right and wrong even important anymore? Something needs to happen here that helps put football back in the right direction.